To the end of the work week, and today was phenomenal. We actually had a really nice Thursday, actually the best weather we could probably ask for in the month of July. Humidity wasn't too bad. Our temperatures today kind of average, but it just felt like our actual temperatures, so we didn't really have to worry about the heat index. But I wanted to first start off with the drought monitor. This is starting to become a worse and worse situation for a good portion of our viewing area. Mainly our South Carolina counties are in the worst situation relative to our Georgia counties, but you can still see a good portion of the entire two-state is dealing with some type of drought conditions out there. We did have some heavy rain this past weekend that did help improve the drought some in Richmond, Burke, Columbia County, and even up towards Clarksville Lake. But for the majority of our South Carolina counties, Edgefield, Aiken, Saluda, Bamberg, Allendale, still seeing moderate to even severe drought starting to form. So this is not looking good because we don't necessarily have a huge rain signal in our weather models over the next several days. Maybe we could see a hit or miss storm in a few spots, but we don't really have a huge rainmaker that's going to move in and bring a lot of widespread soaking rainfall. Here's a closer look at the Augusta Metro. So pretty much the entire Augusta Metro just last week was underneath a moderate drought, and that was right around July 4th. So that's when we were starting to set off fireworks. We were really worried about that. But now that we did see that heavy rain this past weekend, it has dropped down to just abnormally dry conditions for Evans, Grovetown, and Augusta proper, but still including a moderate drought for downtown Aiken. And then the worst of our drought is currently in northern Edgefield into Saluda County. That's where they're actually underneath a severe drought right now for areas around Lake Murray. So just not a good situation, unfortunately impacting a lot of our farmers across South Carolina. This is not good for corn, soybeans, cotton, really anything those farmers are trying to grow during the peak heating of the summertime. So hopefully we get some rain in our forecast soon. We'll talk about what we have in store for the next couple of days, and it doesn't necessarily look like much. You can see behind our camera there, our graphic right there, we have the Green Jackets in town again tonight. They're taking on the Woodpeckers. Great evening to head out to the ballpark tonight. We're going to stay dry the rest of our Thursday. Temperatures definitely don't feel too bad out there. We did officially hit 93 at Bushfield and Daniel Field, but I wanted to first highlight, just look at the difference in the amount of rainfall we've seen between Bush and Daniel Field. So those two airports are only separated by 5 miles, and there's about a 3-inch difference between those two places. So this is really what we see during our summer, just kind of hit or miss storm setups where you go down the street, they saw 3 inches of rain, you travel 5 minutes down the road, it's bone dry. So that's really the feast or famine we've been mentioning, and that's kind of the chances we have continuing both Friday all the way into early next week. Just nothing that really looks to be a good heavy rainmaker for a lot of locations. But Friday we are going to be keeping an eye on that area of low pressure just off the Georgia and South Carolina coast. That's going to be trying to swing a few rain bands inland. It's going to be a struggle to see if they make it towards us here in Augusta or not. You can see the heavier rain risk definitely on the coastline, closer to the coast. That's where they're expecting better ingredients, more humidity, more moisture. Once those bands start to push further inland, they're going to interact with that drier air that we've had in place today, and that's going to eat away at a lot of those rain chances, unfortunately. But if you are heading out this evening, looking good at the Green Jackets for the rest of tonight. It's actually college night, so Clemson fans, it's purple and orange night. You can actually get a free koozie if you're one of the first 500 fans to show up. Here's our radar network. This is going to be our setup heading into tomorrow. So the area of low pressure that the Hurricane Center was actually monitoring, there's still only a 10% chance it develops into a named system, so we're not really anticipating that, but it is just going to gradually just drift further inland, and that's when it's just going to eventually ride up that Carolina coastline. So this is kind of the eventual track it's going to take. It's going to push inland, then just kind of snake up that stalled front. And that's where the heavier rain is going to be along that Carolina coastline, just closer to that low pressure system. For us here locally, a nice evening. I know we would like some rain, but at least it does feel better outside for the rest of tonight. Heading into tomorrow morning, I would say most of us are completely dry. It's just going to be that low chance for a quick shower storm tomorrow afternoon. You can see what happens though is that they look pretty impressive closer towards the coast, but as soon as they push inland, they really just fall apart. So maybe we could get lucky and see a quick little shower here in Augusta tomorrow. But I would say if you have outdoor plans here in Augusta tomorrow evening, tomorrow afternoon, don't cancel them. We do not necessarily have a huge rain threat out there for tomorrow. Or Saturday or Sunday, our model here wants to pop up maybe a few very isolated pockets of rainfall. But the thing is, anything that pops up the next couple of days, there's nothing in our atmosphere to really sustain that updraft and keep fuel into that storm. So they quickly rain themselves out, and I would say it's really just going to be maybe a quick shower chance for most spots Saturday and Sunday. So looking good if you do have outdoor plans, not looking good for our farmers that are hoping for a lot better rain chances than what we're anticipating. Just very hit or miss the next couple of days. So rain chances about 30% Friday afternoon. We'll drop that down to only about a 20% risk on Saturday. Just not really a huge rain lifting mechanism to produce those showers and storms for us here. Here's our day planner tomorrow. It is going to feel a little bit hotter, so feel like temperatures really didn't get above 94, 95 today. We're going to be closer to 100 tomorrow afternoon. Still not the worst day we've seen this summer, but just going to feel a little bit hotter. But it's really this weekend to where we have feel like temperatures back close to 105, maybe even 106 by Sunday. You can see those temperatures do tick up as we just get day after day. And the thing is, once we get into next week, we're talking high temperatures close to 100 again next Monday and Tuesday. Even Wednesday doesn't look too far behind. There is going to be a cold front that shows up later next week, most likely between Wednesday and Thursday, and that could bring us a little bit better opportunity for some soaking rainfall. That's what we're hoping for. Right now, our long-range forecast past next Thursday does show a little bit cooler temperatures and a pretty decent opportunity for some rain. So we're looking forward to that chance late into the 7-day forecast. But for the near term, we're going to have to deal with some very intense heat, and potentially maybe even some heat advisories could be issued Monday through next Wednesday. Feel like temperatures could get close to 108 at times. So that's going to be kind of the next big weather thing we're looking at. But hopefully you had a great evening, and if you want to join us again, we're coming up live on 26 News.